Thank you for joining us here today on From the Heart, where we tell stories of life because life is interesting. Today I have with me Mr. Nick Cathey. Hello.
Hello.
We're going to be talking about football in New Albany and about how his son is interested in developing his own show too. So we hope you have a great time. So you're from New Albany?
No, ma'am. Actually, I am from Faulkner, Mississippi. I've been living here in New Albany for the last 15 years. I was brought to New Albany by my wife, Nick Cathey. Once we got married, we just wanted to find a neutral place for us both to stay. We as a family, we are very busy. We are into church, football, basketball, really community, period. You know, whatever it involves in our community, we try to do what we can. We're very involved with the Boys and Girls Club. Like I said, the local churches and Shocker football. We learned once we learned that there was a football program here, we jumped right in. The first year, my oldest son played. I was a sideline guy. I didn't want anything to do with it. I did not want to coach my boys. That was my thing growing up. I didn't want to coach my own kids. By the end of that season, they had pulled me in. And from then on, I've been a Shockers coach. I became a Shockers head coach 3 years ago. I helped out the first 3 years, and for the last 3 years, I've been the head coach. And for the last 2 years, I've been the head director of the whole program. The program was actually started by Adam Covington. He had a vision to really strengthen Union County football, not just New Albany. And so that's my goal, is to finish his dream of what he wanted to do. And so in the past 6 years, we've seen major growth in the football program here in New Albany. Then it branched off to Myrtle football, and that was like one of our proudest moments, that we could help Union County actually develop another football program. So it was just, East Union was first, but they wasn't part of our Shockers program because they already had their own. They was already established as a youth program. So we just what we said was, if you guys wanted to come and be a part of us, hey, you're more than welcome. But if not, then we understand that too. And East Union is, oh man, they're going to be, in the next 3 or 4 years, those guys are going to be a 2A powerhouse. They really are. It's going to be a 2A powerhouse. Union County will be on the map for football here in the next 2 to 3 years. And we're Shocker guys. We're just so proud of that.
Tell us about when you were growing up.
Me, I grew up in Faulkner, Mississippi. Like I said, I was part of a single parent home. My mother raised me and my brother. It was 2 of us. And the neighborhood I grew up in was mostly boys. So we was outside at least 3/4 of the day, you know, and that's kind of where I picked up being active. You know, as a kid, it was always something to do in our neighborhood. We played football outside. We played basketball outside. We played baseball. Whatever it was to do, we was outside and we was doing it. We was really just country boys, you know. Man, we had to feed hogs and cows and work in the fields as far as haul hay. You know, we had to do that the type of thing to make money. My first job was actually working at a flower shop. We started working there when I was 10 and my older brother was 12. What we would do was the guy would just say, "Hey, I'll give you guys $5 an hour to unload flower trucks for us." And that's what we would do. It would be 2 trailer trucks come in a week, and we would unload that truck, and we thought we was the richest guys alive. My brother, his name is Damon Rayner, 2 years older than me, always beat me up. So, you know, that's where I could develop my toughness from, you know, but he's always looked out for me. And now he is actually night shift manager at Blue Mountain Production right here in Blue Mountain, Mississippi. And so he had a long road, but he is on track and he is living a great life. My mom, her name is Darlene Rayner. She is actually 52 years old, if I'm correct. One of the world's greatest cooks. Matter of fact, she has her and her best friend. They have a catering company. The name of their company is O Taste and See, and they do anything. They do mainly soul food. Any event that you would like, they would be glad to do. But she is actually they work out of their homes. I mean, they've been around for ooh, about 10, 15 years. It's just something that they love to do, and so together they just decided to make it a company. Everybody around Tipper County, they know Andrea Bales and Darlene Rayner. They are the cooks, So as you can tell by my weight, that I didn't miss a meal. And my mother, she was like I said, she was a single parent. She worked man 2 jobs. Did whatever she had to do to raise me and my brother. Took us to church more than we wanted to go, but through that, we developed a great relationship with the Lord, and we also learned how to be great young men. The best mother on this side of heaven. She is a very great grandmother. She loved her grandboys. Matter of fact, she has 6. My 3 boys and my brother 3 boys, and she just loved them to death. She's a great woman. My daytime job, I work here at the Walmart DC. I am a Lyft driver for the first shift Dairy Deli. I enjoy my job. It pays the bills. Developed and grew to love a lot of people out there from that job, man. It actually has taught me a lot. I actually went to Arkansas, the headquarters, the Walmart headquarters in Bentonville. Yes, ma'am. They actually sent me and 3 other people there for a whole week, and I learned so much. As far as the DC, the people there, there's in management, they're really good people. To help us out. Actually, our football team, we're becoming a nonprofit. Actually, this year my wife is working on it, and they have already decided once we become nonprofit that they will help us out, and I am ready for it. Yes, ma'am.
Tell us a little bit about the young people that have moved through this program.
We've had several young men to have moved through this program. Our first group of what we call graduates from the Shocker program are they're in the 10th grade this year and making major contributions to their football teams. We have one guy, Tristan Shorter. He started here in the Shocker program, and he's right now him and his family moved, but at Oxford he is a really, really good talent, and he's really helping them out. Also here we have Isaiah Cochran. He started here in the Shocker program, and he is contributing to our own New Albany football team. There are a lot of those first graduates that are already starting for their high school teams, and they're only in the 10th grade that come through our Shocker program. Yes, ma'am. Our 9th grade graduates that graduated from the Shockers, they're actually in junior high, I want to say, and the 10th graders that went through the Shocker program, they only lost 1 game. Both.
And what do you contribute to that? What do you think enhanced their skills?
Almost definitely learning the game early. Being ahead of the rest of the guys, developing great discipline as a player, and learning how to listen to coaches, learning good work ethic, learning how to pay attention, learning how to work out, learning how to take care of your bodies. We teach all of that here as a Shocker, that in order to take your body to the next level, you have to take care of it. And as far as going anywhere in life, you have to have discipline. That's our number one thing here with the Shockers. With these are young men, and as a young man, you have to have discipline. You can't go anywhere without discipline. Bad attitudes lead to nowhere. Bad attitude leads to nowhere. So our main focus is discipline. Once we get the discipline down, then those kids thrive.
And the teamwork.
The teamwork is, oh my goodness, You learn teamwork. Once you get disciplined, teamwork's there. Teamwork's there. Learning to work with others is you got to have it. In this day and time, most of us, sad to say, but we do. We work 9 to 5s. We have to work with other people, and so developing that discipline and working with others is key. To surviving, you got to learn how to work with others. You cannot play Sharkers football with failing grades. That is one of our things. If you're failing in school or you're getting in trouble, you will not play. You will practice, and we will run you hard after practice, but you will not play on Saturdays. We do that because it's that way in school. Once you get to junior high, if you have bad grades, you're not allowed to play. If you fail that grade, you're not allowed to play. So we instill it here at the young age, at the peewee age. If you fail in this school, you will not play. We will have you on the team because you need to learn that discipline part. But as far as passing, you have to pass.
So did you play football as a young man?
As a matter of fact, I did. I played 6 years. I played 2 years of junior high and 4 years of high school. Started on offense and defense as a 10th grader, and I finished all the way through. I played outside and inside linebacker, as well as in left guard on offense. My high school career was really good, but there were some things inside of me that didn't allow me to go to the next level because I didn't have the drive to go to the next level. I wasn't. It was just really I was good enough to go, but I didn't have the drive. There was nobody there to push me. My coaches was great, but sometimes you just got to have that guy, in your life to push you. And unfortunately, I didn't have that. And so that's why I work so hard to encourage the younger guys. Listen, no matter who's around you, you can do whatever you want to do.
You talked a little bit about the Boys and Girls Club. Tell me what you do with them.
I volunteer here and there at the Boys and Girl Club. My boys go. One of the main things that I'm involved with is our pancake breakfast that we have coming up. Man, whatever Mr. Marquell Connor needs, I'm there for it. A lot of times I usually just help with after school programs such as basketball, or if he need anything that's need to be built at the club, basketball goes, I'm the guy. I'm the project guy.
Where do you go to church at?
I go to church at Bethlehem Baptist Church, still in Faulkner, Mississippi, where I grew up at, under the leadership of James Howell. Our church, we have a new facility. It is, well, I call it new. It's about 5 years old, built by our own men. The men of our church, actually, we built our own church, trying to save money. That there, it taught me a lot too. I had no carpenter skills at all, and now I try to fix whatever I can on my own. Just from that, we actually were finishing up. We have some touching up to do, but it'll get done.
Tell us about your team you have this year.
My 9 to 10 team, they are actually, most of them are 9 years old. I only have 5 young men that have played football before on my 9 and 10-year-old team. So that is really, it's really hard to coach 9 and 10-year-olds because most of the teams we played, they have kids that come up from the 6, 7, 8-year-old group that has already played 3 to 4 years versus mine not playing at all. And so, but they're really hard workers. We lost our first game 6-0, which I am so proud of those guys, because for them not to have played the game before and to play on Saturday for the first time and only lose 6-0, I call it a win. We fought real hard. It was just some areas that we got to fix, and I think we fixed that today. Those guys are going to make a push for the Super Bowl this year. Yes, ma'am.
So in the program, you've got the parents that are there too. What do the parent volunteers do for the program?
We have parent volunteers. One of our parents, Miss Whitney Gravitt, she has volunteered to be the 6, 7, 8-year-old football mom is what she call it. She brings the water for them. She brings the ice. She makes sure that all the kids have everything that they need. And we have other parents that helps us to in areas that if we need to get the high school field. Hey, they're there. They're just whatever we need. If they can get it for us, they will do it. The program, we're trying to get away from parent coaching, because it seems like in past years, parent coaches, they always leave once their kid leave. And so we want to get somebody in the program that will stay, and already know our values, and that will help with our values. Yes, ma'am.
What are the values?
Our values are discipline, hard work, school grades, and just family. Our program is one of the newest. The Shockers are one of the newest teams in our league, which we play in the Mississippi Youth Athletic Association League. There are 16 teams in our league. Like I said, we're one of the youngest teams. In the 6 years that we've been here, we've won 3 bowl games. We have never won the Super Bowl, but we have won every bowl game that we've been to. There's only been there's only been 3 seasons that we haven't won a trophy. And for us to be a young team, it says a lot. We always get bragged on about our discipline. You know, the way our kids carry themselves on the field, the way they approach the game, the way that our parents act. We always get complimented on that, because sometimes you see things that there's not supposed to be in a youth organization. And so we New Albany, we really get bragged on as far as parents and as far as our kids, how they act, how they treat one another, and the sportsmanship towards the other team.
You come out. One of these guys come out for me.
Right there.
Come out for me. Hey, what are you doing, son?
On last year, we was in Oxford, and after the game, a lady said she just could not leave without complimenting our coaches and complimenting one of our young men on how he had great sportsmanship. And to me, that means the world. You know, that's one of our keys: discipline and sportsmanship. And that young man showed that, and she said she could not leave without shaking his hand and thanking his coaches. Hey, Kerbo at quarterback.
All right, Kerbo, come on.
Kerbo, let's go. Quarterback. My name is Nick Cathey. I am from Faulkner, Mississippi. Now I live here in New Albany. I have 3 boys: Ian Cathey, Avery Cathey, and Ethan Cathey. Ian's in the 9th grade, Avery's in the 6th grade, and Ethan is in the 7th grade. All 3 play football, and they all 3 started in the Shockers program.
Let's go,
Come on, Zion. Come on, Stuart. Come on, little Stuart. Let's go, Tyler. Let's go. Let's play this linebacker. Come on, Juice. Come on. Come on, Ellis.
I also wanted to introduce you to Avery. Avery has been acting as our cameraman and our sound man because we got a lot of wind going on. And so you're interested in doing stuff like editing and filming and stuff like that. Tell us a little bit about what you've done.
Well, I've done a little bit from my middle school class. My teacher is Mr. Holt, and that's about it.
What's going to be your next project?
I don't know. We'll just have to see.
Thank you so much for joining me, Avery, for your help, Avery. And thank you so much, Nick, for talking with us today. We are so interested in this program. And please let us know so we can keep following y'all. And hopefully somebody will come up and do some highlights for your football. Thank you for joining us here today on From the Heart, where we tell stories of life because life is interesting.